If your blonde is growing out and your roots are harassing you like mine, then I have a solution for you. Even if you color over this blonde, it's going to fade, and oftentimes it fades kind of dingy. This pre-lightened hair is never going to look exactly like your natural unless it grows completely out. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to blend your roots using Airtouch highlights. We aren't even going to need to use a toner, root shadow, or lowlights for this technique. This is going to allow me to transition from a full and solid blonde to a much more lived-in natural look that I can eventually grow my natural color out completely without having any harsh, strict lines. Okay, so we're gonna start off using bleach and 20 volume developer. Now I'm using bleach because it is going to give me the brightest blonde. If I used high lift, there likely would still be some warmth left in the hair. And since I have probably 15% gray, I wanna blend those grays in, so I don't really want warmth left in the hair. So this is important in avoiding the need to use a toner and getting a really clean and even lift. Now, you should always follow the manufacturer's recommendations for the amount of developer to bleach ratio. If you don't know what developer volume to use, I'm going to link a video above that helps you determine what you should use with bleach. But if you have a really fine, thin hair, you may want to bump it down to 10 volume. Okay, so we're gonna start by brushing the hair out thoroughly to make sure there are no tangles prior to sectioning. Next, I'm going to section out the top horseshoe section of hair. Now, this is the only section of hair that I'm going to be highlighting for this session, and that is for a few different reasons. For one, that is all I need to highlight for this session. I am growing my natural color out, so all I need to do is blend what shows. Secondly, I never ever recommend working on your whole head of hair when you are using bleach. Me, even as a professional, I do not do more than one section of hair at a time when I'm highlighting my hair. So in this instance, I'm doing the top. If you really wanted to do your whole head or maybe a little bit more than this top, then I recommend doing the sides and or the back on another day. Now I'm starting a stopwatch so that I know what time I put the first foil in. And the sections I'm taking are about 1/4 of an inch thick. You really don't want to take too thick of sections, so stay for about 1/4 of an inch. If you have really thick hair, you'll want to take smaller sections. If your hair is really thin, meaning you don't have a lot of hair, then you can take a little bit thicker sections. Then we'll take our blow dryer and we will blow out the shorter hairs. I recommend holding it pretty far out. You want to blow out quite a bit of hair so that you're highlighting less of the hair. And this is going to create a really seamless blend so that the longer hairs are the blonder hairs. This is going to blow out any possibly damaged hairs or new growth hairs that are growing in and give us that really seamless look. Now you can clip those hairs that you blew out of the way just to keep things a little bit more organized for you. But now we're going to put the foil all the way up to the root of the hair to be highlighted and paint the lightener on. And you want to be really careful to not overlap the previously lightened hair because this can cause breakage. So if you can see, I'm using a mirror so that I can see what I'm doing. The easiest way when you're doing this yourself is to sit on a counter and use your mirror that flips out in your bathroom, and then you can kind of see what you're doing a little bit easier. Then you'll fold the foil up and move on to the next section. Okay, next we're going to be taking a bigger section. Now this one's about 1/2 an inch thick, so it's about twice the size. And the reason for that is because we are going to drop out part of it. We're going to drop half of it down and we're not going to highlight that. Now, if you want an extremely seamless look, you may want to skip dropping this section out. I am dropping it out because I want to grow out my hair quicker. The more hair that you highlight, the longer it's going to take for you to grow the color out completely. So I'm choosing to drop a low light section or just leaving a section out to make the process quicker. Now, this Airtouch technique with the blow dryer, it is much more natural looking than if you were to weave with a comb. This is similar to teasy lights, but I prefer this technique. I still think it's a little bit more natural than teasy lights. Plus, you're not putting tangles in your hair, so it's a little bit easier to comb out. Now, when you're putting the lightener on, you want to never go over the foil up near your scalp because you can create bleed marks. So it is safer to stay a little bit further away from the edge of the foil so that the lightener doesn't swell and create a bleed mark. You just want to be sure that you're not hitting any of the hairs that you blew out because that will create a bleed mark. So sometimes staying a little bit further away from the scalp is a safe bet. You can also back comb the hair as it's sitting on the foil just to push those hairs out of the way even more. And I start doing this towards the end as I get closer to my face. I also want to point out that if you are doing this to blend grays, if you have maybe as many grays as I have or more, you may want to take even finer sections that are closer to 1/8 of an inch thick because gray hairs are extremely fine. So if your goal is to blend a lot of grays, then the smaller sections that you do here, the better. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and continue the same thing all the way across the top of my head. I suggest continuing to watch so that you can see it from different angles, especially as I get closer to the front. It might be a little bit easier to see. Once we get done putting the last foil in, then I'm gonna show you how I like to brighten the ends of my blonde, as well as how to properly remove the foils so that the newly highlighted hair matches the previously highlighted hair without having to go in and use a toner or a root smudge. I also want to mention that there is no exact process time that I follow when I'm using bleach. It is very situation specific and everybody's process time is likely going to be different based on your hair type and the developer you use and the lightener you use. So I will show you exactly how to tell when your foils are done. Okay, so it only took me 26 minutes to apply all of the foils. And now we're gonna brighten the very ends of my blonde. Now, if you have lowlights or any darker color throughout the ends of your hair, you may wanna skip this or at least just weave out and only grab the brighter pieces of hair. And we're going to be using a mixture of the lightener, the bleach that we used before, with just a couple pumps of shampoo in it. Then we're going to wet the section of hair. This is just the remaining hair that was up front, so it's not a very big section, but we do want to wet it and then apply the lightener right to the ends and balayage it up. Now, this is not going to be in a foil. This is not going to do much to the hair, but it's just going to pull out any dinginess of purple shampoo. I actually had used a demi-permanent color on my hair recently that's almost all faded out, but this is just going to brighten the ends of my hair and give me that all over ombre look where the ends of my hair are the brightest, matching with the roots of my hair being darkest. And the reason that I am using water and wetting the hair is to, one, dilute the bleach even further so it is not going to be as strong. And secondly, it also glides on much easier. So I can kind of use my hands and just glide it up a little bit so it blends really nicely and I don't have like a harsh line from where the lightener is and where it ends. And again, this step is totally optional. You can definitely skip this step, and I recommend skipping this step if your ends are damaged or if you have lowlights or something. But for me, this just gives me that little extra brightness. So this is just an optional extra step if you want.
All right, so we are at 55 minutes on our timer, which means that we finished the last piece about 30 minutes ago, since it took me about 25 minutes to apply the whole thing. So let's go ahead and peek at that first piece and see if it is ready to pull down.
Okay, so your blonde is ready when it looks like the inside of a banana peel. Remember, the inside. The inside is a pale yellow. Now, I'm not quite there yet, but I am going to show you a way to get a little bit extra bump as well as pull this down so it blends with the ends.
And we're gonna pull some lightener over the whole piece. This is going to blend the previously colored hair.
Now, getting a clean lift is key to not needing to use a toner. I personally prefer to get a very clean lift and then not need to tone the hair as much or at all, rather than needing to correct brassy hair. I understand sometimes it's unavoidable, but toners always fade, and when they do, that brassy color is going to show again. So it's better to have a clean lift to begin with. Okay, so now I do this for all of the foils, starting in the back and working my way to the front. Then we're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes once we're finished with the last one. Then we rinse the color out, shampoo with a good quality purple shampoo. I like to use Olaplex, and I let it sit on for about 5 minutes. I also follow with a purple conditioner, and you can do a conditioning treatment if you choose as well. And here is the before for reference. And here is the after, a nice and blended blonde without the need of a toner, root smudge, or low lights. Now, if you want to see how this grows out or how it fades, make sure you subscribe so you can watch my recent uploads after this one and watch the progress.